Hello, this is Rocky's story. This is the puppy on constant alert for anybody who might walk out on him. He lives with a couple and their son, aged 9, and he's 17 weeks old, Cocker Spaniel puppy. Now, while he's doing really well with toilet training and basic cues, their main concern is that they can't leave him by himself. So when someone leaves the room, whoever it is, even if somebody else is in the room with him, Rocky panics. Someone has just to begin to stand up and he instantly alerts. It can be anyone, not necessarily a family member. Surprisingly, he stays with a dog sitter and he's fine there, but he's not left alone, of course. He just needs company, any company. It would be interesting to know if the sitter is able to leave Rocky with her own dogs and walk away. To address his fear of being left, they're trying a new approach. They're working on associating somebody walking away from him and leaving the room with positive experiences. So step one is when someone simply stands up, already Rocky is on high alert. So this is where the work starts, with people standing up and sitting down again. Then with one person sitting and the other walking slowly around the room. Meanwhile, the sitting person might throw food each time they walk away from Rocky rather than towards him. Instead of food, they could use a game like tug. Maybe the person in the room can play find it with him as the other walks out of the door. Then one person alone in the room with no second person. Then they can get up and walk slowly about dropping food when they walk away, but not towards Rocky. They can try all sorts of things. They could even try walking backwards away from him. They can scatter his dinner outside in the garden while the person with him walks slowly around the garden away from him. They may briefly be able to go back into the door while he's reinforced with the food foraging. He also, of course, like most puppies, barks for attention. And if the lady turns away from him, he jumps at her legs and nips them. He doesn't like that. Eventually, he gets the result he wants. I would normally suggest that she just walks out of the room in order for barking to get the opposite result, but we can't do that. Rocky must associate all walking away or out with good things only. So, 2 suggestions. First is to initiate the tension before he starts to bark. The other is clicker training. So I taught them to teach Rocky to come to a hand touch using a clicker. This is a very good way to teach both dog and humans to be clicker savvy. They can use yes instead of clicker if it helps. Now they have a means to show Rocky what they do want. If he barks, they can look away and simply wait. As soon as he stops, click and drop some food. They will need to increase the durations of silence before clicking soon, before the clever pup learns to bark and then stop for a click. Going back to the strategies for helping Rocky with separation problems, a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. Various little things will add up. The problem isn't so much about actually being alone. It's about people walking out on him. He sleeps downstairs alone in his crate at night with no fuss, so long as the man leaves him in a certain way which to Rocky isn't like being walked out on. Little changes will add up. They take him out of the garden to toilet on lead every time. This, of course, keeps him near them when he may otherwise learn to be a bit independent. So, in fact, if he doesn't follow, that's great. Forget that about recall practice in the garden. He can't escape. A few minutes choosing to be by himself has to be a good thing.